Hello, hello! Welcome back to Return to Old Town. This is your friend Extra Fancy Potato Chips, and today we are building the cat house. I'm sorry. Do I have something on my face? Yeah. What can I say about the cat house? This is lived in by a Genia cat. Genia. She lives alone with her 4 cats in this quaint little house. It's certainly the home of an elderly woman. It is decorated as a bit, cluttered with some old timey goods and stuff, and I really love the aesthetic of this house. The main thing I wanted to achieve is just making this feel like it belongs to an elderly woman who's lived alone for a number of years now, and has that sort of quaint kind of feel to it. For the style of the house, at first I was kind of thinking like a French country style, but then I realized every house in The Sims 1 could probably pass as French revival because of the hip roofs. You don't have gable roofs in The Sims 1. And so I decided to do things a little differently. This house I'm actually going to be basing on the American Gothic revival style. So you probably have seen it before in that painting, American Gothic. I mean, I know it's a design that's built quite a bit in Southern Ontario. I presume it's also prominent in the States, which is obviously where this neighborhood is set. It let me experiment a bit with having tall pitched roofs and rooms inside of a steep gable roof. I thought it was really fun to build. At times, I won't lie, it did crash 4 times while I was building this. So if you see while watching the speed build it jump around a bit, that'd be why. Traditionally, these homes are a little bit more of a craftsman kind of feel. In this one, I wanted to stay more true to the Sims 1, so I did go with a brick finish on the outside, painted white brick, and I think it looks quite nice. Yeah, that is just one subtle change. I mean, I'm sure there are Gothic revival homes with brick, but anyway. You'll also see at the end, I did go in and add in a bedroom, a second bedroom for a child. You see, in the Sims 2, we actually are introduced to what I presume to be Genia Cat's daughter, Tara. At the time of this game, she would have just been just having left the nest into adulthood. And I do know how I'm going to be using her in a future build, which we will get to when we get to. Genia is described as spending her time either in her garden or writing and illustrating books for children featuring her cats. And the only way to write books in this game is through a computer, so I do have to give her that so that she can actually go around doing that. Fun other fact, with Tara being her daughter, that would lend one to presume there may be a Mr. Cat, and just a window into my quarantine life. I've actually been going through and reading through all of the product descriptions on The Sims 1, and I came across this fun little Easter egg. There actually is a Mr. Cat by the name of Fred E. Cat, who wrote the description for the skeleton chair. He is a poet of sorts. I feel that, Genia would probably have something to bond over with this fella, because, they are both writers. Look, she even she remembers the chair. Although at the time of this one, Fred E. Cat is more than likely dead. Maybe he's one of the gravestones at Gothic Corner. I don't know. We'll see when we get there. In any rate, I say I don't have much else to say to introduce this property, so let's just hop into it, and I'll catch you guys in the live play. So until then, see ya! All right, and we are back. I'm pretty proud of how this house turned out. I've been looking for an excuse to do something with a steep roof like this, using some of those constrained floor elevation sheets, and yeah, so I'm really excited that I was finally able to do something like this. I did go through off camera, and I did just add in these stained glass windows at the top here. I think that just makes it a little more true to the to that Gothic style that we're going for here. But ultimately, if I'm still very satisfied with this, especially as like a first attempt at doing anything with a steep roof like this, with rooms inside of it. So let's hop down to the main floor. Yeah, I did want to make this feel just as cluttered and like lived in as the original, and I'm quite satisfied with how that turned out. I really love this little kitchen off to the side here. It was a bit of a struggle to get these stairs to work. I'm sure maybe that got conveyed through the video, although maybe it didn't. I think actually the video that was the most that documented this challenge was all cut with it having with the game having crashed. But anyway, I think they still turned out really well. The original game has a spiral staircase. I wanted to do something different because that's just me anyway. And I think it turned out really well. We also have this little living room. I did add some area rugs just to make it feel more lived in. Now you'll notice I don't have any paintings above the fireplace. What I actually want to do is once I move in the cat family in here, I want to put like a family portrait of them up there, like literally painted. So we'll see that when we actually go about moving them in. Now upstairs, we do have this little bedroom of hers with the old lady blanket on top of it. One thing that is different about this game is the pet beds are much bigger. I don't know if these are exclusive to dogs either. They might be. But yeah, they don't have little beds for cats, which is a shame because there's quite a bit of them in this house normally. And then you'll see across the hall here, I did add this little bedroom. But let's go ahead and switch this up a bit. Let's do that, and then we'll get her that computer. I imagine she probably has a pretty old computer. There we go. And there we are. Now she has that little her little writing room, and she can get those books written. I don't know if this tub is actually going to be usable. Again, like there's a lot of these like because I'm using so many build sheets here, I really will have to test these out with like literal families in them before this is finished, but we'll get to that when we actually build the families. And yeah, so that does it for the cat house. Let me get rid of the grid. Oh, look at that. Very nice. Just a quaint little home for, Genia Cat. And as I said too, her daughter will be in this, but I do have a separate, kind of a different plan for how I'm going to be using her. Well, you'll see when we get to it. I'm pretty interested when I'm pretty interested to start with those builds, but they'll be coming much later. So I know I didn't give too much away there, but we'll get to it when we get to it. If there's any building that you would love to see next, definitely post in the comments. Let me know what you're interested in seeing. I do have a bit of a plan as to how I'm going to be going about building this neighborhood, but I definitely want to hear feedback. I definitely want to see what you guys are interested in building. Anyway, also a few people have been asking about where my Sim's at, and yes, they are coming. I am hoping to do that shortly as well. I just wanted to make sure that all of the family trees are going to be correct, all of their life goals and memories are correct, and their interests and all that. So it is taking a bit of research, and as I touched on earlier in the video too, I am going through to read all of the product descriptions from The Sims 1 because there are a lot of Easter eggs in there, and I am going to be making this insanely lore friendly. So yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys think of that when we get to it. Before I let you guys go, I do just want to give my appreciation to a certain individual on Reddit who took the time to paint this amazing new profile picture for me of who else but Mr. Burns enjoying his bag of extra fancy potato chips. For those that are curious, that is where the name actually comes from. It is Mr. Burns' preferred bag of chips. Why my parents decided to name me that, I haven't the faintest idea. They're hippies, I guess. I don't know. You know, even though I'm a very small channel, just the little bit of love that I've been getting so far has just meant so much to me, and I'm really stoked to be able to continue making these and giving back to a community that I've been following for so long and have taken so much from. Just to be able to give back in a way that resonates with people is it's really gratifying, and I'm really happy to finally be doing it. So thank you to everyone. Definitely like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Leave a comment if you can. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. So until then, see ya!